Right, students. So after discussion on to the basics of carbohydrates regarding their classification, understanding of monosaccharide, disaccharide, oligosaccharide and polysaccharides, I have discussed about the presence of functional group, and I have also told you the simplest representation, which is of glyceraldehyde, right? So you need to focus upon the functional group, that is aldehydic sugar, which is glucose, and ketonic sugar, which is fructose. So I told you in the last slide, when I have finished in my previous lecture, I mean previous part of the lecture, I have told you hemiacetal and hemiketal formation, and in the same regards I would like to tell you that this kind of process of cyclization. So here you can see the open chain structure of D-glucose. Again I would like to say D-glucose. Look at the position number 5. So it is OH is on the right hand side, which is the farthest from the aldehydic carbon, I mean aldehydic group carbon. So this particular cyclization due to that hemiacetal formation will lead to the formation of the ring structure like this. Now in this ring structure, first of all you should know that this formation of ring structure from open chain structure is called as cyclization, and this projection, this kind of ring structure are called as Haworth projections. It is written over here in blue color, Haworth, Haworth. This representation is called as Haworth. So you can see it is written that glucose usually form an 6-membered pyranose ring. So this kind of ring where you can easily count, you can see the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So this is a representation of a pyranose ring, which usually glucose forms due to the hemiacetal formation. Now here two things I have written, alpha D glucose and beta D glucose. Please focus on to the carbon number 1 over here. The hydroxyl group in both this ring structure, you can see the position change. Both these structures are appearing in these two different kind of substitutions. So you can see OH onto the downward side in the first ring structure, it is alpha D glucose. When you see OH onto the upward part, it is called as beta D glucose. Both these alpha and beta form of the sugar is usually are actually called as anomers. So you should remember what is an anomer, where what is C1? C1 is anomeric carbon, the carbon where functional group is present. So aldehydic group is present on carbon number 1. So that carbon is having OH at different orientation. In one it is on downward, in one it is on upward. So one it is called as alpha, one it is called as beta. So both these forms are interconvertible, and whenever a sugar is being cyclized, both these forms may be present over there in the ratio of 80% is to 20%. 80% you will be observing alpha, 20% you will be observing beta. So what is the key factor over here? The understanding of cyclization, the keyword Haworth projection, and alpha and beta form, which is anomers. ये बेटा आप नोट करके जरूर रखें अपने नोटबुक में. Okay, so let's jump to the next one. While in case of fructose, you can not only observe 6-membered ring structure, you can observe two different types. 6-membered pyranose ring, as I discussed in the last slide, by the reaction of keto group with the OH on C6, or you will be observing a 5-member furanose ring also, which is because of C2 keto group with the OH of C5. This is that furanose ring. You can see here the difference between glucose and fructose. Fructose can be observed both in 6-membered and 5-membered. 6-membered is pyranose ring, 5-membered is furanose ring. Okay. So this is the difference you should always remember. Fine. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay. So this is the word I have told you in my last slide, last to last slide, anomers. Alpha and beta D glucose forms are anomers to each other. So when I am talking about alpha, OH is below the ring, beta it is above the ring. Okay, fine. So because of these, we can found them in chair or boat conformation, that I will discuss sometimes later on. So we also call them as glucopyranose ring, right? So glucose pyranose ring is because the name glucose, and pyranose is because of the biochemical nature of that ring. This is why it is a Haworth projection in which we biochemically called glucose as glucopyranose. So students, by understanding these basic concepts behind the simplest sugars, let me give a brief revision on to it here. The basics of carbohydrates. We start with glycerol. First of all, you can draw glycerol, CH2OH, CHOH, CH2OH. Then from that you can easily draw glyceraldehyde. From glyceraldehyde you can obtain glucose, and from the same glycerol you may obtain dihydroxyacetone. From dihydroxyacetone you can form fructose. So these are the key words. Glucose is an aldose sugar, fructose is a ketose sugar, right? So whenever somebody is asking the other name of glucose, it may be called as aldohexose. Somebody is asking about fructose, it is a ketohexose sugar. Fine. Then I have talked about monosaccharides, which may be categorized as triose, tetrose, hexose, pentose, etc. And then disaccharide. And in disaccharide, two monosaccharides units are joined together with the help of a glycosidic bond. In oligosaccharides, few, and in polysaccharides, famous examples like starch, glycogen, cellulose, etc., where many repeating units of sugars are joined together with the help of glycosidic bonds. So students, I have discussed thereafter about the ring structure, that is Haworth projections, and lots of things to be understand on this. I'll be discussing more on Zoom session. So from my next class, I'll be started discussing about sugar derivative. So till then, wait for my next lecture, and for all sorts of discussions, we will be going to the Zoom session. So you all are requested to present over there in that Zoom session, which I'm live over there. Thank you.